Hello and welcome to Melt. I'm Suresh Venkat. It's been quite the year for FCB Group India. The Interpublic Group or IPG-owned network roped in Dheeraj Sinha as Group CEO for India and South Asia and followed it up with the appointment of new deputies and creative leaders across its multiple shops. The agency has also been in the news for winning pitches and awards as well, be it at the Kyoorius Creative Awards, the Abbeys, or even the recently held Cannes Lion. Is there a secret to this success? For the answers, we are in conversation with Dheeraj Sinha himself. So let's get down to business and talk shop as we get ready to melt with Dheeraj Sinha. So Dheeraj, let's start with a fundamental question today. How do you define the advertising agency of today and therefore advertising of today?
I think the two are related, obviously, right? The good thing about advertising of today is that we are being called in, not just to do another ad or not just to do another campaign. We are being called in to solve problems. What has helped is that the palette of advertising has increased, changed, right? We're just back from Cannes. Look at all the body of work which is getting done. You're using technology, you're using data, you're using AI, you're building products, you're building packaging, you're solving something at a distribution end, right? So the fundamental definition today is creativity which solves business problems and human problems. That's where the ask from advertising as a business is, and that's the advertising agency of today.
If you attend Cannes or any other advertising festival, it can be a bit confusing. Are you a creative-led business? Are you a technology-led business? Or are you a data science and AI-led business? What are you today?
So I think there are different positions, different people are taking on this. There are organizations which are saying, yes, we can make money doing data work. Yes, we can make money doing digital business transformation work, which is pure take down work. For us at FCB, we are very clear that we are in the business of creativity, creativity which solves problem and has data tech diversity as a service to the idea of creativity. So we are not against data, we're not against tech, but we are using all of that as an ally. But at the core of it, we are in the business of using creativity to solve problems.
Then can you tell us how the design of the FCB universe, as it were, aligns around this idea of, let's say creative center, tech, data, AI supported?
So, I mean, for example, basic things like, for example, at the heart of the global board, there's a chief creative officer, right? Susan, who's our chairperson and now part of the IPG group. So the fact that there are people, our leaders are embedded into creativity. They have a center seat at the table. They are defining the narrative for the brand and the organization. For example, is a basic starter on that piece, right? If you look at all the hirings, for example, we've done in India in last 3 to 6 months, it's all largely been on the creative front, right? So investing in creative talent, putting creative leadership at the center of the table as a conversation. What's your proposition to the clients? We're not getting into clients and saying, we can help you restructure your organization from a tech and data perspective. That's not our product on the table. We're saying we can come and help you build success for your business, right? We can give you a credit solution, we can give you a data solve, we can get you a tech solve, but all around the idea of creativity. In fact, even the media work we are beginning to do now is wrapped around creative solutions and creative ideas, right? So that's how we are structured in people terms, in terms of where we are putting our money, in terms of talent and structures, and our positioning of what product we are putting on the table for our clients.
And the different agencies within the FCB world, what role does each of them play?
So if you look at the India Rapatwa, right, we have Connect, which is the largest and I would say the best digital company in the country. So Connect is our arrowhead and our sharp end on everything which is tech, data, CRM, CX, UX, and even digital media. Right, so that's where all the innovation, all the data COE resides. Bulk of our digital awards and media digital awards are serviced out of Connect, right? Connect is also playing a large role within the group to get ourselves future ready. The group data COE, for example, resides with Connect. So that's Connect. If you look at FCB Ulka, that's where we are very, very equipped to build long-term businesses, right? If you look at Amul, look at Tata Motors, you look at ITC, deep business integration, right at the business conversation and through the line execution. But here we specialize in what I say, the companies and brands which drive India's economy, right? And we have the capacity, capability, the mindset to deliver long-term success over a period of decades. The talent also in Ulka is a long-term talent. I mean, Kulvi, who's the CEO of Ulka, actually joined us as management trainee, is now the CEO. So that's Ulka for you. FCB India is our youngest baby, and therefore they do more new age clients like Uber, Google, Pernod, and so on and so forth. That's FCB India. FCB Interface started as a conflict agency, but now has its own repertoire of clients, a national agency now. And it's a good mix of starting with main line, but delivering through the line in a very, very beautiful way. So that are the 4 companies which make the group in India. And as a group, then we can go from very high-end strategy to mainline, to digital, to creative, to CRM, to digital media, to production, all in one P&L, one shot.
And as a newly appointed CEO, are you looking at any acquisitions, any inorganic growth in the offing?
We are having conversations with companies here in the region and so on and so forth. But for now, if you were to ask me personally, I'm really focused on incubating Connect. It's a large acquisition for us. We're seeing how we can incubate Connect, integrate them, make 1 + 1 11 with Connect and FCB, and Connect and IPG. So that's a big part of the focus on acquisition.
Dheeraj, you've spoken about strategy before, and you're a big believer in the power of strategy. Traditionally, agencies like yours have been allowed into the brand strategy and the advertising strategy.
Yeah.
Are you getting a seat on what problem to solve on the, say, corporate strategy of a company or the business strategy of a company?
If you look at, so let me give you examples. I mean, look at, say, clients such as ITC. We have the seat at the table with the CEOs there, right? And if we are meeting an ITC client, they would say, Dheeraj, in X category, our market share is Y. How do we get it to Y + 5? What should be our strategy for that, right? What should we be doing at the product level? What should we be doing at the distribution level, at a brand level, comms level, portfolio level? We are definitely engaging with our clients at a CEO level, across boardrooms, across clients. Are we going to a Tata Motors saying, what should your car look like? No, we don't have expertise in that. So we don't get there. But beyond that, all our briefs are on help us get our business to grow, acquire. So we are solving for acquisition, we are solving for growth, we are solving for market penetration, we are solving for behavior change across our clients, and we are being called into boardrooms for those answers.
Does this mean you need to hire different kinds of people in the agency, people who have, for instance, behavioral science experience?
I mean, FCB has always been the strategy agency, right? And even if you look at our business leadership teams, right, they are very, very well versed in strategy. So we are not sending account management to clients' offices just to have a coordination meeting. Our leadership, when they're sitting in clients' offices, they have a point of view on the portfolio, they have a point of view on growth, they have a point of view on media, they have a point of view on the business is headed and what initiatives we should be building. Our leadership is attuned to that. They've been doing it for decades. There's a huge thrust on hiring strategists who are able to do that. And even our creative folks are not coming to the room saying, hey, what's the next ad campaign? Or what's the jingle? Or what's the TVC I should write? But they're coming saying, what's the business I can solve through creativity? So that tuning is what we live with day in and day out.
The FCB Group India recently conducted a program called FCB Now to bring platforms and brands together. And you got together to discuss, and I'm quoting you, embracing brand building in the new age.
Yeah.
What came out of this meeting? What followed up?
So the whole setup was, we had about 90 clients, we have agency leaders, and we have these 5 or 6 platforms that we have preferential arrangement with come and present to us what are the products available, what are the technologies available, and how can we weave some of the brand work streams into these technologies. It's kind of a crucible, kind of a hackathon, if you're to say, between platforms, brands, and agency. And what's come out of it is about 60 work streams, where clients have said that I am doing this category and I would be interested in doing a certain work stream with, say, Google, or doing a certain work stream with ShareChat, or doing a certain work stream with Amazon Mini TV. And our teams are now following up on that, building ideas, prototypes, and hopefully in about, say, 30 days, 60 days from now, you'll see some of those ideas get to the market.
And did this work well, the collaboration between clients, agency, and platform? Because
it was
traditionally, these are not the friendliest of relationships.
Yeah, it was beautiful, right? I mean, and honestly, this is the first time we're doing it here. And this is the first time I would imagine any creative agency has done it, right? So we had a bit of a trepidation, but the way it went, it was fantastic. And in today's age, when everybody says these are days of very less attention levels. We had clients staying on till the end, having conversations. We had platform partners, agency folks, millennials and Gen Z staying on till the end through the day. So that was amazing to my mind.
Do you believe that we live in the age of low attention span? I ask you this because I'm
Yeah.
just finishing watching 6 hours of a
Absolutely.
TV show last night.
Yeah. I feel our threshold for poor content has gone up. Right. I don't think we so our attention span for something which is not worth my attention.
Arguably,
yeah.
it was always low.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I was born in Krishi Darshan era, right? And you had jingles pumped to you in every, some of those pieces of work that we feel nostalgic about today, if those scripts were being presented to us in the agency or as clients, I don't think we'll accept them.
Oh.
Right? So it was a captive audience. I mean, Chitrahar used to be 15 minutes. Yes, I'm that old. You couldn't afford to have a high degree of dissonance with that kind of content. Today is a plethora of choice, right? You're flitting from one, but what you like, you are embedded to it. You're right. I mean, people are spending all night back to back, binge watching.
We're up all night watching football at 12:30 at night. I'm watching cricket till 12 at night. And then I'm binge watching a TV show the next day. So I don't understand where this attention span reduction, this theory is coming from.
Even at the FCB Now platform, what came out very clearly is that, I mean, we used to take huge pride in this whole personalization at scale. Oh my God, I'm churning out 100 social media posts per month. But who's watching those? Who's liking those? Who's interacting with that? So I think the world has come back full circle to say your content needs to be human. It needs to be either emotional or humorous or engaging, right? Only then it is worth it for brands to engage with it. So I think I'm so happy that we're coming back to the era of being more human, to the era of being more creative. And of course, with the help of data and tech, you are able to sharp target, sharp shoot, and so on and so forth. That's where the role of data and tech is.
Your recently concluded group meeting, you had the theme of growth, guts, and glory.
Yeah.
How does that message resonate with the diversity that you have in the organization?
Yeah. Let me just break that down. So I think for us, growth is critical, right? You're in the fastest growing economy of the world, right? There are many markets in the world where growth is hard to get, right? And when you look at your role as a portfolio in the global scheme of things, India is a big growth driver. And that's what IPG looks at us for. That's what FCB Global looks at us for. And to my mind, if you're not growing, right, I mean, you're still water, and that leads to dengue. So growth is very important as a culture, as a mindset. And growth is not just about revenue. Growth is as people, individuals, are we growing, right? In our mindsets, are we progressing, right? As a culture, are we progressing? So growth comes from there. Glory, obviously, I mean, we like winning, right? I mean, if you're an athlete, why would you not want to win at Olympics? Of course, you'd want to win at Olympics. If you're part of a cricket team, you'd want to win the World Cup, right? So you want to win. You want to win in the right way for the work which has worked for the client, for main brands. That's where the glory agenda comes from. And guts is about the culture, right? We want to be younger as a culture. We want to be more hourglass. We want to have a hierarchy-less organization where the entropy is very high. People are colliding with each other around ideas. So those are three pillars of our theme for the year and maybe a year or two more to come. And early this year, we got to go with a very, very diverse team, I must say. And we discussed this, and that's become our KPI for the year. That's become our benchmark around how every day we are navigating our thinking as an organization.
Dheeraj, you recently got back from Cannes this year. How was FCB's performance at Cannes this year?
Everything depends on the context that you set up for yourself. For us, Cannes this year we've got 4 newly minted CCOs. We've got new NCDs. We've got, CEOs. Some of us have been to Cannes, not been to Cannes. So I have a new executive leadership team, pretty much, right? And the idea was to be there as the team, have conversations about our business, our future strategy, future of our industry in the backdrop of Cannes, where the best work is being discussed, where the best narratives are being discussed. So we used Cannes almost as a leadership workshop format, and we were discussing every day about the future of our own agency. That was one objective. Second objective was obviously for the leadership team to interact and meet our global leadership. So we were on the boat with the FCB folks globally, celebrating, understanding the culture, imbibing. And third, obviously, you go to Cannes to win. So we had a few shortlists, we had a win. Globally, our hashtag says never finished, right? So we aren't completely happy with it. We are always work in progress. We want to win more, but we want to win it in the right way. We don't want to short circuit or engineer something artificially. There's a certain kind of work we want to put. We want to win on big brands, work which is real, which is what the HDFC Bank brand was. It's a real work. It's a tech and data piece. It's something that people saw. It's on the largest bank brand in the country. So I'm happy with what we won, but we could do more, which is what the program is.
Okay, let's go from Cannes to Goa. At Goa Fest this year, you moderated a session that aimed to chart the future of the agency.
Yeah.
It boiled down to 3 or maybe 4 points: talent, remuneration, and value.
Yeah.
Right? Is there a pecking order in these 3 things?
Yeah.
Pay well, get the talent, get the value out of the talent.
I would say talent. Talent is the biggest pecking order because see, we are not in car business. We don't make cars. We are not in a FMCG business. We don't make shampoos, right? People are the only ingredient of this business, right? And we crave that the best people from say B schools or colleges aren't come to advertising. Then why will advertising produce the best work? Right? So to my mind, talent is the biggest question that the industry needs to answer for itself. And then related to that question is how are we paying them? Are we building a stream in the agency where the young people are getting credit? Are they getting face time? Or are they buried in some layers and not getting visibility, not get seen? So those are the questions that we need to answer. But to my mind, getting the best talent on board, creating an environment where they do the best work of their lifetime, right, where it's enjoyable, it is diverse, it is non-toxic as a culture, and that's not just for my agency, it's for the industry on the whole, right? So fixing that, and second, I would say, how do we get paid as a business? It's a big question as well, right? I mean, everybody is cribbing that continuously clients are reducing our remuneration, right? So how do we get counted for outcomes and not just input? That's the second big shift that we need to make as an industry, and those 2 things will solve a lot of woes that everybody is going through right now, I would say.
Okay. I recently spoke to Gautam Raghunath of Talented, and
Yeah.
he echoed some of the things that you said, that we are being questioned about man hours and how much we pay our employees, and we are paid for number of hours of input and not for the creative output that we did. So the question for you, Dheeraj, is large network agency, independent, personality-driven, hot shop. What are your strengths and what are your weaknesses relative to each other?
I think there's market for both, and there are 2 very, very different kind of offerings, right? I think I can talk about ourselves. Clients come to us for long-term impact. Clients come to us for outcome guaranteed impact. So there are projects with clients where we are for 3 months just working on pure strategy. We are in no hurry to put a campaign out. So clients are not coming to us as just as snipers. I mean, that your snipers come, give me a quick campaign and I'm out. We are known for outcome delivery, building brands, businesses over a period of time. And I think the difference between a team of snipers versus a team of army. We also have snipers, but we're not just snipers, right? And independents, I think some of them are doing great job. A lot of heart for the work that's coming out of agencies such as Talented, right? They're at it. And my view is that everybody should grow, right? I come from a generation where we feel that we all grow and therefore the industry grows.
And are all of you united in this demand to clients that you got to be paid for outcome and value, not for input?
Yeah. So I want the independents to grow. I want us to grow. I want all my comprehensive network agencies to grow, because we are at a point in time where either the industry finds a new model and survives and becomes great, or we all die.
Okay. Let's change track now. Now, the issue of self-certification of advertising hit the headlines recently. What is the FCB view on this?
So, I mean, more than FCB view, we have an industry view, because I'm also part of the ad club and AAAFI. We're trying to, as an industry body, come together, have conversations with the ministry. We are trying to navigate the judiciary as well. I mean, it is something which puts huge amount of strain on the current client and the agency structures. At the same time, we do understand the need for regulation, and there are certain proposals that AAAFI plus Ad Club combined plus ASCI have put together to the government, which are being discussed as of now, where we can actually do self-regulation, but with execution abilities which are a little lighter on the resources. So all of this is under conversation. Till then, we are complying because there's a regulation. Let's see how this unfolds as a story.
All right. 2024 elections over, we have a new government power. I know there are state elections that are coming up. It seems to be stable for now.
Yeah.
What are you hearing from your clients over the next 5 years? Are they gearing up for a massive wave of growth in the industry and therefore a big wave of growth for you?
I think the India story is intact, right? I think the mistake sometimes do is that we respond to a quarter, right? Quarters will come and go here and there. But I mean, to my mind, a few critical things are, if we are able to unleash the manufacturing pie, right, in next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, that will fill a lot of consumption money in the middle of the market. So next 5 years is important that the belly kicks in. So you then go to 120 to 220 to 50 million legitimate consumers in the country.
What does that mean for an agency like yours? Like a crazy boom in business over the next 5-10 years?
Yeah, I think the agency business in India largely will be characterized by capacity creation. Are you able to build capacity? Are you able to get and retain the talent which will be able to deliver? The success and failures will be determined by capacity, because there will be demand. I don't think there'll be lack of demand. It's what's the kind of agency you're able to build in terms of skill sets, response time, agility, quality. Are you able to retain? That will be the biggest driver of agency success in next 5 years in a market such as India.
Final question, Dheeraj. When's your next book coming out?
So there's an idea, there's a contract on the table, but right now, either you can build an agency or write a book at this point in time. So all focus on building FCB new wave. So let's see, once I get breather from it, then hopefully.
Okay, Dheeraj, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. And now, time for a creative pick. This spot for Orange by Paris-based agency Marcel wowed one and all as it set the benchmark for technology-infused creativity. Named Women's Football, this clever bait-and-switch ad instantly calls out gender bias. Hard-hitting and memorable. No wonder that it ended up winning the film Grand Prix at the recently concluded Cannes Lion. Take a look.
Le centre entré. Oh, le geste d'ailleurs. Ah, la tête piquée. Oh, bien aimé. Superbe. Elle est belle cette équipe. Ouais, c'est ça. Le football qu'on aime. C'est ça. Les bleus qu'on aime.
With that, it's a wrap on Melt today. Keep following Melt on social media. The handle is Ready to Melt, or simply log on to readytomelt.com. If you'd like to follow me, I'm at Suvenk on X. Till next week, goodbye and thanks for watching.